Sailing home to San Diego, back after splitting a 4-game series in Chicago. And first baseman Yonder Alonso continues his hitting ways, especially at home. 17 RBIs to lead the Padres. At Arizona, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. He's been wielding the big bat in the Arizona lineup. San Diego will need to hold him in check this weekend as we welcome you to Petco Park as the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres open a 3-game series. And good evening, everyone, with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. As you saw, lots of folks out there in the park. It's Beer Fest night. And I'll let you take it from there.
Hey, people are having a good time, but what is also needs recognition, a lot of teachers here tonight. Teacher Recognition Night. And I'll tell you what, back in the day when I was in high school, I led a lot of teachers to having some beer. So everybody have a good and safe time tonight here at Petco Park.
Well, the Chicago Cubs, they may have had to go to a six-pack themselves after yesterday's loss, a tough one for them. But how about the Padres and how they won it? Down 2-0, going to the 8th inning. Yonder Alonso hits a routine fly ball, but not in a 20-mile-an-hour wind off the lake. It falls for a run. And to make it even more happy, pass ball. How about that to tie the game? And then Cabrera bounces a single up the middle, and the Padres had claimed a 3-2 lead. And an all-time look-up squibber, and Chase Headley delivered one by the mound. That was eating up grass. There was so much spin on it. The Padres win 4-2. Mark, not pretty, but they don't give beauty points in the game of baseball.
Well, with the conditions yesterday, hit the ball in the air, you get the fly ball that drops in for a hit, right? You just put the ball in play. So the key here is just putting the ball in play. Cabrera's ball, the only ball that was hit hard, just put the ball in play, avoid the strikeout, and it went the Padres' way for the victory yesterday.
And that's why you get 27 outs as well, even though they only had a couple of hits going into that 8th inning. How about the D-backs? They made a couple of surprising moves in the offseason.
Yeah, Kevin Towers always looking to improve his ball club. Enter Martin Prado and Heath Bell. Heath Bell kind of struggling, but lately he's been doing okay. The high numbers, one bad relief outing really skyrocket the ERA. Martin Prado, acquired from the Braves, you could put him anywhere, third, short, second. He's been an improvement. But Upton, Young, I look at these two players, Young with the A's, Upton with the Braves, a lot of strikeouts. And if they had big hits, it was when they were down along, 11-2 or whatever the score was. It really wasn't big hits, insignificant hits from those players.
The D-backs would have a much better record, but they've given up a lot of leads late in the game.
Yeah, 10 blown saves, the most in Major League Baseball. This is something that they really have to clean up. Although in those 10 blown saves, Dick, they are 6-4. So it's been a case of getting behind, one bad pitch, and that one bad pitch getting crushed. So tonight it might be Bell, it might be Hernandez, it might be Putz who comes out and closes the ball game. It's kind of like Kirk Gibson looks at it and says, whatever the situation is, I'm going to go with the gut feeling and go with that certain closer.
All right, big news off the field as well, involving third baseman Chase Headley, the National League leader in RBIs. He's going to talk about whether or not that big money contract offer is something he's willing to consider at this time. Coming right up.
baseball. The Padres are welcoming the Diamondbacks in for a 3-game set. Hi, everyone. I'm Laura McKeeman. Well, Padres Executive Chairman Ron Fowler made some news when he announced that the Padres would like to begin discussions with Chase Headley about a contract extension that could make him the highest paid player in San Diego history. Chase said he appreciates it but doesn't want to discuss this during the season. Here's your Geico quote of the game.
I'm trying to pour water on the fire as much as I can and take it off of me. This is why I didn't want to do this during the season. I want it to be about what's taking place on the field. The reasoning for my wanting to do this in the off season, not in the regular season, is because I know me better than anybody else, and for me to go out and play the best I can, not only for myself but for this team, more importantly, I need to be completely focused on the field, and that's that was the sole and only purpose behind wanting to do it in the offseason.
Bud Black likes the fact that Chase Headley has dealt with contract negotiation talk in the season before. He says he doesn't think it will affect Chase's play on the field. All right, coming up, we've got a great pitching matchup for you. It's Jason Marquis, the grizzled veteran, against Wade Miley, the youngster. Padres and Diamondbacks coming your way right after this.
Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go. By Farmers Insurance, contact your local agent at 888-96-FARMERS. And by the Experience Buick Lease, it's a new lease on luxury. And we're set to go. The Padres have taken the field, and I'll look at tonight's Arizona lineup, brought to you by Hyundai, with Gerardo Parra leading off, and Prado Goldschmidt is leading the team in the power departments. Jason Kubel killed the Padres last year. Then Cody Ross, Miguel Montero, good hitting, left-handed hitting catcher, Eric Chavez at third, Cliff Pennington the shortstop, and Wade Miley on the mound.
And tonight's scouting report for Jason Marquis brought to you by Jaguar of San Diego. He must eliminate the walk. Had 4 walks last time out. Quick first inning is key for Jason.
That was an interesting statistic on the Padres Live pregame show that Marquis has thrown more balls on the first pitch to each batter than anyone in the majors. 51.5% balls. Not this time. He throws a strike. Maybe he's concentrating on that as well. Parra leading the team in doubles, triples, and total hits with 33, and his average just above the 300 mark. 1-1. D-backs come to town. Kirk Gibson's club, 15-13 their record. Of their 28 games, 20 have been by 1 or 2 run decisions, and they're 10-10 in those 20. Foul back. Yeah, the temperature changed from Chicago yesterday, wind chill at 35. This is what you're talking about. 66 degrees at game time. Those wicked southwest winds at 10 miles an hour.
Look at short sleeve, libation, big league ball game.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. Good start for Marquis. Strikes out Parra.
Not the location Jason Marquis wanted on the slider. He wanted it down. In fact, you know what? I take that back. The rotation, that was a split finger. Parra way out in front. Nice tumbling effect up in the zone, way out in front of it.
Brings up the second baseman, Martin Prado. Very versatile. Play all the infield positions and outfield. In fact, played a lot of left field with Atlanta last year. First pitch, strike. So fighting the trend, going the other way. Getting that first delivery in there.
Hey, be aggressive. Go right after him first pitch.
One and one.
I talked to Jason before the game, and he said, I like to go from the third base side of the rubber because with a right-handed hitter up there, it makes me extend towards the outside part of the plate to that right-handed hitter. You can see his pivot foot there over towards the third base side. Make him force him to get out like that.
Missed a little wide. 2-1. Mike DeMuro calling the balls and strikes tonight. There he is behind the cage with Dan Bellino, Ted Barrett, and Alfonso Marquez. Good breaking pitch, 2-2.
Yeah, that slider's got some bite right out of the gate for Jason Marquis. That means one thing, he's staying on top of it.
Pleased you've joined us. First of 3 over the weekend with the D-backs. Then Miami comes in for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Out of play. It's Salute the Teachers Night here at Petco Park, and all of us here in Fox Sports San Diego tip our Padre caps to our teachers. We all have a favorite, 1, 2, or 3.
Phil Keating, Spanish.
Like to go back, give him a big hug.
Absolutely. I call him every year. Tell him thank you.
2-2. Struck him out. Another breaking ball. So Parra and Prado go down swinging. Let's look at tonight's Padres defense, brought to you by Aramco Mortgage. Guzman in left, Denorfia playing center, Blanks in right, Headley, Cabrera, Jerko, and Alonso third around to first. Nick Hundley handling Jason Marquis. Late scratch was Carlos Quentin, so Guzman takes over in left field. He's had good success against the left-hander Wade Miley of the D-backs. First pitch to Goldschmidt away.
Oh, how cute is that? Darling. Awesome.
Goldschmidt leading the team in home runs and RBIs. That's a strike at 88 on the fastball.
Good movement on the two-seamer.
Kevin Towers, former Padre general manager, the Arizona GM.
And Barry Axelrod on the left, who works for the Diamondbacks, and Mike Fetters, former right-handed Arizona Diamondback, along with the Brewers and many other teams. Had a nice long career, Mike Fetters. There he is. I see milk, eggs, butter,
Bananas. And he falls to 3-1 against Goldschmidt. This young first baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks, only 25 years of age. Big breakthrough season last year. Hit 286 with 20 homers and 82 RBIs, and picking up this year where he left off in 2012. Fastball challenges him in the middle of the plate.
There's some tremendous movement on that last pitch, just challenging Goldschmidt. I mean, this kid, if he gets his arms extended, he can hurt you. That was a great pitch by Jason Marquis. Down and away.
And trying to get that final strike and strike out the side, but he loses Goldschmidt, who has walked now 17 times. A lot of opposing pitchers not giving him real good stuff to hit in respect to his power. That brings up left fielder Jason Kubel. Kubel, a veteran, hitting .317 against the Padres last year. Mark, Kubel knocked in 14 runs. He had a couple home runs in one game. Tails away, ball one.
You know, Dick, he's one of those additions, Kubel. Let's take a look at the defense straight away for the Padres. I know he's a left-handed hitter, but the guy I'm referring to as far as an addition for the club is Michael Kadire for the Rockies. Great addition for the Rockies. Kubel, great addition for the Diamondbacks. What he did.
Both from Minnesota.
That's right.
Boy, last year with Arizona, his first year with the D-backs, 30 doubles and 30 home runs.
Yeah, that's a great year.
90 runs batted in. Two and 0. Goldschmidt, for a big man, runs well. Need to keep an eye on him. Jerko defensively out on the grass behind second base. A mild shift. Headley off the line at third. Two and 1.
Like some type of two-seam action there. Two-seam fastball from Jason Marquis.
Kubel last year against the Astros not only hit for the cycle but threw in a grand slam homer. Only the third player in over 100 years to do that. Two balls, two strikes. Once again, Marquis a strike away from fanning the side, and the fans would like to see that. Runner goes. Hundley's throw to second. Not in time. Goldschmidt can run very well.
Third stolen base for the big first baseman for the Diamondbacks. Looked like a split finger fastball. Nick Hundley out of the chute, just a little high on the throw. And looks like Goldschmidt just gets his foot there in time. Ted Barrett, the second base umpire.
He stole 18 bases last year, Mark.
Very close play.
Now 3-2 to Kubel. Did he go? No. All four. So 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and that brings up veteran right fielder Cody Ross.
I think he threw him another off-speed pitch. 3-2, first base open. Good selection there. Okay, now you've got to force at any base. The only one thing is that the pitch count continues to go up. 22 now for Jason Marquis here in the first.
Ross in the offseason signed a 3-year deal as a free agent with Arizona. Was with Boston last season, 267 with 22 homers. Part of the San Francisco championship year in 2010 as a late pickup from Florida. One of those rare major leaguers that hits right-handed and throws left-handed.
And the one that sticks out to me, the greatest of all time, Ricky Henderson, falls under the same category.
2 on, 2 out here in the first. By the mound, right to second base for Jerko. Takes it himself. That'll do it for the D-backs in the first. A couple of walks, but they're stranded, and here come the home team. Padres with a 4-2 comeback win yesterday in Chicago to split that 4-game series, and now back home for 6 games, 3 with Arizona, then 3 with Miami. And let's look at tonight's Padres lineup, brought to you by Toyota. Denorfia and Cabrera, the top 2, with Chase Headley at third, hitting third. Jesus Guzman taking over for Quentin in the cleanup spot. Then Big Kyle Blanks. Yonder Alonso, been hitting very well, especially at home. Jed Jerko, fresh from his first home run as a big leaguer. Then Nick Hundley, Padres' leading hitter, is in the 8th spot in the order at 325. Wade Miley, he'll get the ball much like Clayton Richard and get his sign and throw it.
Yep. One thing Wade Miley will never do, show his back to his catcher. And that's an interesting thing to keep an eye on tonight. He wants to get that ball, get right back up on that hill and go to work.
Denorfia has had excellent success against Arizona pitching. 362. That leads all major league hitters against Arizona. And he works the count in his favor, 3-1. He has 7 home runs, Denorfia, to go with a 362 batting average. And he's earned a leadoff walk.
All right, well, tonight's scouting report on Wade Miley is brought to you by Nissan, and one of the points is be patient. And looky there, Dick. A walk is as good as a hit. That's right out of your book of nuggets.
Who knew?
Yeah, so right out of the stretch there. Good job by Chris Denorfia working a walk off of Miley.
Here's Everett Cabrera, batting right-handed against the lefty. Everett leading in runs, triples, walks, and steals. And he takes ball 1. And he's also leading the National League most at bats without grounding into a double play. 108 at bats, no double plays from the bat of Cabrera. Two and 0.
And right out of the gate, Montero's going to have a little chat. We talked about the scouting report, what the Padres need to do. Well, they need to do that against the fastball, changeup, slider, and a curveball from Wade Miley. He's going to go about 86 to 94 on that fastball.
Pitching coach Charles Nagy there with manager Kirk Gibson. To walk Denorfia and fall behind Cabrera is out of character for Miley. He's number 5 in the entire National League, giving up only 1.7 walks per 9 innings. A strike at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, Dick, last year 194 2/3 innings pitched. He only walked 37. Wade Miley did. So he's around the plate.
And this year 30 innings, and he's walked just a handful. There's a shot right through the glove of second baseman Prado. Denorfia tempted and tried to make it to third. Holds at second, so the Padres have the first 2 men on here in the opening inning.
Very makeable play. And with the way this defense has been for the Arizona Diamondbacks, you know, they're pretty solid. They are Tupperware tight. I think that's a very makeable play for Prado. He's going to get awarded a hit, Everett Cabrera.
But that's a double play ball.
Absolutely.
Hit so hard, if he gloves it, even with Cabrera's speed, it had an excellent chance of turning 2. But the Padres will take the fact, no one out 2 on to Chase Headley. Headley in a 7-game hitting streak. And here comes Montero again to the mound.
You can see that Prado at second base. He's been playing a very good defense. And one of the reasons why is because everybody is playing good defense. Only 5 errors that we just mentioned.
It's amazing. 28 games, 5 errors.
And one of those errors, Dick, was the other day, Jason Kubel. It was a routine fly ball, just plopped right out of his glove. A very bizarre error. So it really should be 4.
Headley hunting that first ball. Well, they had a good time as usual Friday night. Beer Fest, Park in the Park. Still a lot of fans settling out there to watch the action. They had their favorite band out there, Safety Orange.
Oh, I met them before the game.
That ball driven into the right field corner and playable. Tagging is Denorfia. And Ross's throw into the infield. The Padres have a man at third with one out. And here comes Jesus Guzman. And we'll check the Diamondbacks defense, brought to you by Hyundai. Hubel and Ross at the corners. Parra in center field. Chavez and Pennington on the left side. Prado and Goldschmidt at second and first, with Montero handling Wade Miley. Infield will look for a ground ball, try to bail Miley out. Padres trying to get on the board first here. Numbers on the season not that impressive, but there's a positive statistic for Guzman as well, and that's his work against left-handed pitching, hitting .320. And against Miley, 4 for 9 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. There's a chance to put some punishment on the left-hander. He takes a strike. Miley, not very tall, 6 feet. Stocky though, 218. From L'Orange, Louisiana, in southeastern Louisiana State. He was the top pick of Arizona, the 43rd overall pick 5 years ago. And as a rookie, National League All-Star last season.
Hopefully the Padres can keep it going against Miley for a career. A 6.08 ERA against the left-hander. 1-2 record. I'd like to up that ERA.
He jumps in front of Guzman, 2 strikes.
You know, even though Miley, you mentioned, Dick, he's listed at 6 foot, he still gets up upper 3/4 arm angle to where he gets that good downward plane down and into the right-handed hitters. See, he also goes from the third base side of the rubber like Jason Marquis, the right-hander.
Saw a quick shot of Carlos Quentin in the dugout. No report as to why he was scratched. Maybe Laura can get word on that. Check swing, and he goes around, says plate umpire DeMuro. So Guzman strikes out on 3 pitches, really didn't have a full cut. Laura, what have you learned?
Well, Dick, we do have a report on Carlos Quentin for you. Actually, just had some mild discomfort on that right knee. And Bud Black says he will be available to pinch hit if they need him later in the game, but just could not play the field today. They want to make sure that that knee recovers as much as possible. And if he's feeling a little soreness, they want to play it safe.
All right. Thanks for that report. Kyle Blanks, the right fielder, with first and third, 2 outs. Ball 1. Padres with good success against Arizona last year in their series, 11-7 to San Diego, but they were 4-5 here. They really made hay over in Phoenix, 7-2 at Chase Field. Outside, 2-0.
Yeah, that's the house of horrors in the history of the Padres playing over in Arizona. Very tough to win for the Padres, but last year, different story.
Now the count in his favor, Kyle Blanks.
Good changeup, huh?
Right in the heart of the plate. 2-1.
You see Fox Tracks brought to you by our good friends at Southland Technology. That changeup right down the gut.
Padres taking a lot of pitches here. First inning. Upstairs, 3-1 with Yonder Alonso due next.
Looks like Miley's trying to throw that fastball to have Kyle Blanks kind of chase up and away, but he's not biting.
In the dirt, and the bases are loaded. couple of walks given up by Marquis to Arizona in the first inning. That pitched around it. Now 2 walks and a single, loading the bases with 2 outs for the Padres against Wade Miley. And this is more walks in the first inning than he averages for 9 innings.
That may have been by design against Kyle Blanks, that changeup. Essentially a base being open there.
That brings up a man who is hitting .364 at home, Yonder Alonso. And that's the 7th best of any National League hitter. Home cooking for Yonder. Here's a chance for him to add to his 17 RBIs. Padre over every pillow. Two strikes.
Outfield playing him go the other way. Kubel, Parra. Kubel shading that line a little bit. Parra, shortstop side of second base.
In the infield, well back at every position. Montero with a good block. 1 and 2.
And Yonder hit a cool .276 off of left-handers this year.
He's a good hitter against lefty. He doesn't fit the form that has trouble against lefties and eats up the right-handers. He's proven that has no preference. He'll hit them all. Overall at .284. High chopper to Goldschmidt. He backs up to play it. Now he has to throw in time to the pitcher Miley. So the Padres leave the bases loaded in the first.
There that he's going to throw strike one. I mean, that's the main thing. I think Jason does have the ability with his arm stroke, with his throwing mechanics, that he can throw a strike. He just doesn't need to be too fine. So I'm going to mention to him today that, hey, strike one, throw it over, get ahead, and start working on putting them away.
Well, coming into today's game, Jason Marquis throwing 68 first pitch balls out of 132 first pitches total. But I think maybe that conversation Bud Black had with Jason Marquis before the game might have helped him out a little bit. What do you guys think?
Well, Laura, it's proof is in that first inning. Parra and Prado, the first 2 hitters, strike one. High fly ball. Well hit. Denorfia all the way to the center field fence, and that one's gone. Miguel Montero, been in a terrible slump, has only 1 home run this year until tonight as he clears the center field boards and the D-backs lead 1-0.
Well, we talked about Jason Marquis working ahead 0-1. This is a 1-0 fastball. Montero gets extended. And when the count is in your favor, even with just one ball, you know, you could look for a ball out over the plate, because I think that's Jason Marquis' safety zone, comfort zone down and away. He may have been looking to get extended, and he hit that on the good part of the bat.
Montero hitting just 194. Tough start to the season, but gets off on the right foot tonight. Here's Eric Chavez, 276 average.
You know, like any of these big league hitters, Dick, if they're in a slump, it takes one swing, maybe one mistake to crush, and all of a sudden you're back in that groove. You've got that feeling like a pitcher. One pitch can get you back in that groove.
Veteran Chavez, 35 years of age, most of his career with Oakland, first signed by the A's. Spent 2011, 2012 with the Yankees. Lifetime 267 hitter, 248 home runs. That's now 252 with 4 this year. And a local lad from Mount Carmel High School.
The Sun Devils.
Two and two with Cliff Pennington on deck.
Another Mount Carmel grad made it in the game of baseball. Billy Bean, general manager of the Oakland Athletics. They put out some good players.
Yeah, maybe that was the attraction of going after Chavez, huh? In the dirt with that split finger, 3 and 2. Chavez, an excellent fielder in his career in the American League, 6 Gold Glove awards, 13 years with the A's. Way out in front.
Oh, he's looking to give it to a youngster? Yes, sir. Way to go.
And all the other kids in that area. Why wasn't I sitting there?
Exactly.
3 and 2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, says Mike DeMuro. Third strikeout for Jason Marquis.
He went right back in there. Jason Marquis not afraid. That's a 2-seamer. Brings it back. Nick Hundley sticks it right on the inside corner for the called strike. Nice pitch.
Brings up Cliff Pennington. 218 average for the shortstop. Eli Chavez from the Oakland A's takes a strike. Part of the Chris Young trade going to Oakland. Pennington and Heath Bell. Back to Marquis. Quick 1-3 put on. 2 gone to Wade Miley.
How about Jason Marquis? Good fielding position? You betcha. Like a cat, like a puma. Making it look so easy. Why did he make it look so easy? Because he's the best darn athlete on the field tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Pitcher. Well,
and I picked him for Pick the Stick tonight.
Well, that's right. You get points for that? You should.
You know, that's a good. We'll have to bring that up to the board members.
Outstanding defensive play ought to get a point. That makes it tough because it's so judgmental, and you know how our judges are. You know, once we get our picks in, they go to sleep. Well, watch out for Wade Miley. He'll put a jolt in one occasionally, and he has a home run this year. Weak wave there.
Well, the one thing you like to see a pitcher do, any pitcher in any part of the order, after the leadoff home run, shut them down. You have to score at least 1 run to win. So, strike out to Chavez, Pennington 1-3. Now the pitcher spot.
And Miley now 2 and 2. Struck him out. 2 more strikeouts in the second, 4 in the first 2 innings, but Montero's home run gives the D-backs the lead. Given his scouting report, and here's what he's instructed his hitters to do against Miley tonight.
They're going to look for a live fastball for sure. He's got velocity. It's got movement. He's got a good hard breaking pitch. He's got a good changeup, but he pitches aggressive. He comes at you. We got to make sure that he gets the fastball up in the zone, and we got to lay off the borderline breaking pitch because he's got good stuff.
And that proven by his terrific rookie years, 16 and 11, and he's 2-0 this season.
I just love his demeanor on the mound. When he gets that rock and goes right after you. And as Buddy said, I'll reiterate, he pitches aggressively with all of his pitches. And I think his changeup is his second best pitch to go along with that located fastball.
Jed Jerko falls behind on the count, 2 strikes. And drives that one by the dive of third baseman Chavez. And Jerko's on his way to second base. Bad hop in the corner, but not enough for Jerko to try for third. A solid double off the bat of rookie Jed Jerko.
We talk about Jed Jerko going the other way. We talk about him going up the center of the diamond, but there are times recognition of the ball out of the hand, especially a left-handed pitcher. You get that breaking ball down and in, spin on it, throw the head. He keeps it fair. 8th double for Jed Jerko.
That's close to being in the top 10 in the National League. Huntley has 9 as he steps in to lead the Padres. A chance to pick up a tying run. Trying to go to right field.
Yeah, good pitch to hack at as well. It was an elevated, just exactly what manager Bud Black was talking about. Look for the elevated fastball.
Huntley leading the Padres in hitting with that .325 average. That's 9th best in the National League. Terrific April and the first couple days of May. Pickoff move. Second baseman Prado slipping in behind Jerko.
Wow.
What a difference, huh?
Yeah.
And he's especially effective at home. .357 hitting here at Petco this year. 1-0 Arizona here, bottom of the second.
That's a missed fastball. Nick knows it too. Good pitch to try to drive the other way. Couldn't square it up.
That double by Jerko came one batter too late, didn't it? Yes, bases were loaded for Alonso, grounded out. Now Jerko has opened the second with that sharp double into the left field corner. Jason Marquis, good hitting pitcher, on deck.
And be aware of another pickoff move at second base. Never be too careful.
Prado is inching in towards second base as Hundley calls time.
7:48.
By your watch, 7:48. And caught looking is Hundley. Second strikeout for Miley as we check the Saquon Casino Dictation stat of the game. Strikeout leaders among rookie pitchers last year. And there's Miley at 144. Yu Darvish, huh? 221. Hardly a rookie. I mean, he's been a professional player for 6-7 years in Japan. Well, here's your pick, Jason Marquis.
Yeah.
You had
I'm excited.
inkling, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited. I promised to Jason after his last start, I said, hey, you know what? I got to get going. I'm in last place. I need some points. Can you help a brother out? He said, yeah. Don't be afraid to pick me next time I start. Well, tonight's the night. Come on now.
Hacking at a high fastball.
You know, I did say to Jason before the game, I said, you know what, can you think left field for me? You know, left center field gap. He goes, yeah, I will. But, you know, if there's a guy in scoring position like now, I'm going to try to turn on him. And if the bases are loaded, he said, I'm looking to yank one out.
Fouls this one away. Trying to get the run back that Arizona received from the home run, Montero. Headley and Blanks there. Discussion. Chris Denorfia on deck. In the dirt. Good block.
Miley knows that Marquis can swing the bat. So he off speeds him there in the dirt. Trying to turn that lineup over and get to Chris Denorfia.
That was close. Full count now to Marquis. He's one of only two left-handed hitters in the lineup, the other being Yonder Alonso, because this left-hander Miley is very tough against lefties. Hits it well, but right to Goldschmidt. Two away. Jerko moves to third.
You want to be here tomorrow because it's a great giveaway, one of the greatest of all times in Padre history. It's the Padres beach towel presented by Cox. First 25,000 people entering the ball game are going to go home with a Padre beach towel. I still got mine from 1987.
Yeah, that's a very popular item. First 25,000 of you will receive the beach towel. Look forward to another good ball game with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And there's Denorfia delivering a two-out base hit to center. And the Padres tie it at 1. Against the Diamondbacks, as we told you, Denorfia's eyes get bigger and bigger. His 9th RBI of the season.
His eyes get big as snake eyes, huh? That ball knuckles off the bat of Chris Denorfia. Front foot down, keeps his hands back, playing a little pepper up the center of the diamond. That is a good at-bat. That's good hitting right there by Chris Denorfia. That's clutch. 2-out knock.
So the partnership of Jerko and Denorfia delivering. And here's Everett Cabrera singled off the glove of Prado first time up. Beach towel night tomorrow night, then Sunday afternoon, Military Day. It'll be the military spouses and Little League Day. 6,000 of our friends from Little League will be here at the ball yard. They're all anxious to have a chance to parade on the grounds, cheer for their Padres. Probably a lot of them wearing their Padre uniforms supplied by management. On the outside corner.
It looks like home plate umpire Mike DeMira's got a pretty good strike zone tonight. You know, he's called some pitches that are legitimate off the plate balls, and that was a good pitch there by Miley.
Right on the black.
Yep.
Pretty good move. Denorfia frozen there for a second. One tie here in the bottom of the second. Montero's home run. Top half of the inning negated by a double Jerko and an RBI single Denorfia. That ball driven to right center field might make it up the gap, and it does by the diving Ross, and here comes Denorfia. He's going to score. On his way to third is Cabrera. It's 2-1 Padres.
Look at that nice easy swing from Everett Cabrera. Not over swinging. Taking the ball the opposite way. And Cody Ross, it looked like he kind of broke straight across rather than back. That's a hang with him as Denorfia scores with 2 outs. Well, the Padres answered back with 2 here in the bottom of the second.
And here's Chase Headley, a chance to pick up another. A single, double, and a triple in the inning. How about a cycle in the second?
That would be nice.
Headley flied to right his first time. He's going for it. A changeup had him out in front. Headley with 3 home runs. No one has hit 4 yet for San Diego. Lined on a hop to the third baseman. Chavez able to throw him out. Boy, good job of knocking that one down. But the Padres take the lead on a double Jerko, single Denorfia, and a triple from Everett Cabrera. It's 2-1 after 2.
Diego, and it's Teacher Appreciation Night. I'm joined by Anthony Bayro, a reigning District Teacher of the Year. Anthony, talk to me about your district and how much it means to you that the Padres support teachers around the area.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing. I work at No Excuses University at Los Penasquitos Elementary School in the Poway Unified School District, and it's just a wonderful night, and the Padres really have done a great job. I was here last year as one of the District Teachers of the Year, standing down the field. It was an opportunity that I coveted so much, and now to be here as a reigning District Teacher of the Year has just been such an honor.
What can you say about the other teachers here and how important all of you are to the community?
The other teachers, the other reigning teachers that I've got to know, I had no idea who they were before, but as I've gotten to know them, I'm really encouraged about what's going on here in San Diego with the teachers here. There are so many great teachers that I've met throughout this year, and this community is in good hands.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Anthony, and thanks for all that you do with the kids that you teach. I'm sure they and their families are so appreciative.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Padres.
All right, Anthony and Laura, thank you very much. Went out as Parra grounded to short. Here's Martin Prado, struck out the first time. 1 strike on him. Well, tonight the Padres have 45 of the county's newly named district teachers of the year here to be recognized, and 5 reigning San Diego County Teachers of the Year, Anthony Bayro being one of those. You just heard from him. And the national anthem tonight was sung by Kim Reed Smith, District Teacher of the Year for San Pascal Union School District.
That's something that's near and dear to your heart, Professor.
Absolutely. And someday I'd like to go back into the classroom again. I got a lot to give. And I'd like to share that with young people.
You know what I'm going to do when that happens?
What?
I'm going to choke your class and start throwing spitballs all over the place. Could you imagine, seriously, you go back to the classroom and you're all fired up. You've got your briefcase. You hunker down at your desk. All right, class, you look up in the back row and I'm sitting back there. And I'm making funny faces and I'm going like this to you.
Yeah, that's when I retired. That's I wasn't very good with kids that didn't behave in the classroom.
No,
I got to tell you.
You were hard on them, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to give your 100%, I want your 100% of your attention, you know. And if you started to nod off, I'd ask you a question. Mr. Grant.
Yeah. Yes, Professor.
Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Can I get back to you next week?
Line drive, center field, base hit for Prado. One out single here in the third.
No, I could tell that you were one heck of a teacher.
There's nothing, you know, I've said it many times. I've had a very exciting life, and sports being a major part of that in broadcasting. But having taught for around 6 years, a couple of years at Indiana, and 4 years at Cal State Northridge, there is nothing more exciting than being in a classroom of bright young students and the challenge of the raised hand. And you're going to get it like double plays in baseball. You're going to get that raised hand every class. And when one of your best students had his hand up, do I have the answer? I love the challenge. Goldschmidt.
And like a coach in baseball, you must also get the satisfaction of seeing progress. Like a coach helping a youngster be a better second baseman, be a better pitcher, right? You see a student evolve into a better student.
Might be a student that gets a C because it looked like they were going to fail early on, and they pull it together. That's in there, 1-1 to Goldschmidt. He walked the first time. Like you, I've always tried to go back to the teachers, the ones that I thought were the very best in the classroom. Some of them didn't give me the grade I wanted, but I've learned so much from them and thanked them for what they meant to my life. Fouled away.
Yeah, mine was Phil Keating, Spanish, high school. Learned so much from him, just the way he went about his business, and it made me a better student because of it. Love the subject, love the language. Wish I was fluent in it.
But he had the talent to turn on your switch.
That's right.
Make you excited and passionate about what you were learning. So we salute all the teachers here tonight. Commend their outstanding work. It's a noble profession. In the dirt. That's a split finger, and the count goes 2-2 to Goldschmidt.
Yeah, that's one of the pitches that Nick Hundley really has to be on guard with. Anticipation, especially with 2 strikes. Jason Marquis is going to want to bury that pitch, and he's going to trust his catcher to smother it.
Prado at first. 2-1 Padres here in the top of the third. Line foul. Just a little in front. Goldschmidt, a collegian at Texas State University, the Southland Conference, where he was the hitter of the year. He's a native of Woodlands, Texas high school. That's in the Houston area. D-backs caught themselves a good one, and he was an 8th round selection.
You know, so I noticed about Paul Goldschmidt. Maybe Mark Sweeney can chime in on this, but you look at the way Goldschmidt stands in the box. He is not at the back line. He's almost centering home plate, Mark, to the center of his body.
Yeah, and a lot of people, Mark, are talking about this in the Diamondbacks organization as a guy that has really evolved because of his right center approach. He has power to right center, but also now he's starting to learn to pull the ball correctly. But exactly what you say, you know, a lot of guys that want to get the ball back in their stance and are good about hitting the ball the other way will do that.
See, there's the back line.
Look at the front foot, someone on the front line.
And you can see where his back foot is there. Traditionally, everybody's always back on that back line of the batter's box.
3-2, Prado goes, and the fly ball to right field, charging hard and making the catch is Kyle Blanks. Throw back to first, and they get him, a double play. Prado running on the pitch, and by the time Blanks made the catch, he fired a strike, tagged by Alonso. 9-3 double play. A possible rally with a double play started by right fielder Kyle Blanks, literally getting the throw back into first base for the double up of Prado. Last of this third inning, Jesus Guzman has seen 4 pitches and has looked at all 4 for strikes. 1-1.
You know, it's not just the charging of Kyle Blanks to make that catch, but also firing a strike. Alonso had to come off the bag, but he applied the tag. So heads up play by Kyle. The momentum's bringing him then towards first base, which makes it a little easier for Kyle to make the throw. Spin that shoulder on the fly. And, you know, Mark Sweeney, Alonso does a great job of coming off the bag, going to the baseball, rather than stretching from the force out at first.
Yeah.
Guzman strikes out again.
And exactly right, Mark. You can see he lets that ball travel and puts a tag on him, but he has to come off the base. It's almost like a left-handed first baseman putting the tag on the runner. He just reversed it and did a nice job because he's not used to doing that, putting the tag on like that.
And here's Kyle Blanks. He walked the first time. Padres left the bases loaded in the first. They had a man at third when the final out was made in the second. They had scored 2 runs. Good cut by Blanks.
One of these days, this kid's going to hit a moonshot. I mean, and it's going to be a moonshot.
Think he has the power to hit the big message board in left field?
Oh, no, no question.
Really?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever done that?
He could probably hit his name.
Has anyone ever done that?
I don't know, but you know, if somebody can go upper tank, if somebody can go right here, I think Kyle Blanks can, you know. I think we can go up that way. You know, I'm gonna put a bullseye right there.
2-2. Shortstop Pennington. Good play.
He's played a good shortstop for the Diamondbacks, Chad Pennington. Short hop. He knows the scouting report. Kyle Blanks can pick him up and put him down that first base line. If he kind of plays that back, flat-footed, waits for the big hawk, there's a chance that Kyle Blanks could beat that out.
Yonder Alonso grounded out to first baseman Goldschmidt with the bases loaded in the first inning, and he takes a strike. #1 draft pick of the Cincinnati Reds, as was Yasmani Grandal, coming over in the trade for Matt Latos with Edinson Volquez. We'll see Volquez pitch on Sunday. Tomorrow night, left-hander Clayton Richard looks for his first win against Patrick Corbin. He's 3-0 with an ERA under 2 for Arizona.
I don't want to upset Mr. and Mrs. Pennington. Cliff Pennington. Let's call him Chad.
Line drive over Goldsmith's head into right field. Over to get it is Ross, and he'll hold Alonso to a long single. Padres' 5th hit off Wade Miley.
Good looking swing. Mark Sweeney, I saw you talking to Yonder Alonso before the game.
Yeah, I enjoy talking to him because he has a good process of what's going on. And I just reiterated the games he had against San Francisco, especially the 3-double game, really put him at that level. And he agrees. He understands that left center is his approach. But when he pulls the ball like that, that's got to feel good to him.
Jerko sends that foul ball way upstairs. Alonso's 30th hit of the season. He leads the Padres. Jerko led off the second inning with a double. That started the Padres going, and he scored, as did Denorfia, who singled in Jerko. Denorfia on the triple by Cabrera.
Good, 2-1. Yeah, good recognition by Jed on that off-speed pitch, especially a pitch that ends up down and in. I mean, over the, that ball gets into the hitting area. It looks pretty inviting, but good command of the strike zone right there to work the count in his favor.
Line to right center field. That's going to be up the alley, and it is by Ross. Running all the way is Alonso. He doesn't have a lot of speed. Here comes the relay, and he is out at the plate. Close call. Alonso just nailed on the relay. A great throw. And the Padres' bid for a third run comes to an end on this call at the plate. To shortstop Pennington to the catcher Montero. From that angle, it's hard to see if that lead foot hit the plate.
Right. Yep. Foot looked like it was above home plate, Dick. Good call.
And it's a case there whether or not, some men slide better than others. Had he gone with the other foot as the lead foot, he probably would have scored. But that's all second guessing now. So it remains 2-1 as the Padres have 6 hits off Wade Miley, but only 2 runs. Here's Kubel. He walked the first time.
That's got to be one of the most exciting plays in baseball, huh? When you get the relay in the outfield and close play at the plate.
2-1 to Kubel, then Cody Ross and Montero in the top of the 4th. Plenty of action here early. Full 3-1 now.
Guys, being next to the dugout, seeing Yonder Alonso come out very frustrated at that play. He did the right thing. You have to slide to that back part of the plate, especially with that throw coming from right center.
Just couldn't get that foot down enough to convince DeMuro that he was safe. Full count now to Kubel. Nice turnout to welcome the Padres home on this Friday night at Petco. And he walked it.
Well, I want to make a point where you don't have to be in the batter's box or on the field to be a productive teammate, because Nick Hundley was in on this play. Look at Nick right here. He's telling him, slide. Which way? Go that way. Slide that way. Nick doing everything he can to help his teammate coming down the line, directing traffic. Good job by the Padre catcher.
That even with the replays, not definitive whether or not he got that lead foot on the base. Tough call. And now Marquis has walked the leadoff man, brings up Cody Ross. Grounded to second his first time, way inside. Cabrera, can he get the lead runner? They get one. Terrific play by Cabrera. His momentum carried him all the way to the foul line behind third, able to make that buggy whip throw to second base and the force out.
That is a big league play by Everett Cabrera. This ball is not hit softly. There's the buggy whip. Good description, Mr. Enberg. And then Jed Jerko hangs in there, gets out of the way of the slide. Hey, one thing's for sure, you get that lead runner. A great effort by Jed at second base.
Mark, watching it from down here, you could see Everett Cabrera almost having to take an extra step. He stumbled a little bit, but that accurate throw to second base, and credit Jed Jerko for doing an athletic turn at second base. Those two are getting comfortable in between the diamond, especially with the games played right now.
You know what? One thing, you make a good point, Mark, about Jed Jerko. He hangs in there at second base to where he needs to get out of the way. He does a great job of doing just that.
Here's the home run hitting catcher Miguel Montero. Takes ball 1.
And you talk to any second baseman, that's the scary part, especially when you're moving positions. Having your back turned to the runner when you're trying to make that turn, very difficult to get in your mind. You have to hang in there.
Fans forget, because Cabrera's been up here so long, that he's still a young player. He's 26, Jerko 24. They could be around for a while. Solidifying the center of that diamond defensively.
Love to hear that conversation. Edson Volquez and John Baker. Always nice to see the pitchers talking with the catchers. Situations. Hey, how are you going to pitch this guy? What would you do in this situation?
3-0. Montero clubbing his home run straightaway center field.
That was a 1-0 fastball that he got extended on. Jason Marquis just trying to go down and away to even the count at 1-1.
Leadoff walk in this inning to Kubel. He's forced on Ross's ground ball. Ross at first, now 3-0 to Montero. Might be green lighted. No, 4-pitch walk. So that's 4 free passes from Marquis. Not good. Just in the 4th inning. And his pitch count rising to 65. He walked 2 men after 2 were out in the 1st inning and got Ross to bounce out. Now a couple of walks, 1 away in the 4th to Eric Chavez. Struck out, took a 3rd strike, his first at bat. Lines this one sharply to left center, over to cut it off. DeNorfia. 1 run scores. It's 2-2. Throw comes into second. Chavez has tied it up with a double. That leadoff walk has come around to bite Jason Marquis. 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, and the game tied at 2.
Good hit by Chavez because it was a first pitch sinker away, and he doesn't try to pull this ball. He takes it right to the left center field gap.
Only the 3rd hit by the D-backs, and now they have a chance to take the lead with 1 out. First base open for Pennington with the pitcher Miley next. We'll see how Marquis decides to work to Pennington. Tap back to the mound the first time. This one to second base, and they get a run as Jerko is playing back. Padres elect to not fill the bases and work to the pitcher. They pitch to Pennington, and he drives in the go-ahead run, 3-2. Now, is that decision made by Marquis and Hundley, or is that from the dugout?
That's from the dugout. That's what Bud Black plays back like that. Still plenty of baseball left. The idea there, I think, that Buddy thinks is we just want to get out. You bring the infield in, you get a chopper over the mound, or over the infielders. That's 2 runs.
No, I'm not talking about bringing the infield in. I'm talking about walking Pennington intentionally and bringing up the pitcher.
I got you. Well, if Jason Marquis, I would have to say he could take it upon himself to pitch around Pennington if chosen. But I think Bud Black's thinking is, you know what, if you feel you want to go try to get him, get him.
Miley struck out his first time. Chavez at 3rd now with 2 gone.
You know, plus if you pitch around Pennington, it's still only 1 out and the bases loaded.
Right. And you're going to perhaps have to face Parra.
Right, exactly.
Very tough out, 300 hitter.
So plenty of baseball left. I see no problem him going after Pennington right there.
Weak wave, 1-2. 2 runs on 1 hit here in the 4th inning. Both men who walked became runs. Struck him out. But Arizona 2 runs on 1 hit. Man left at 3rd. D-backs lead at 3-2. by Sequan Casino. Real friendly, real close. And by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse.
And now, Padre fans, it's time for tonight's AT&T Twitter poll question. Here's the question. What do you think of the Diamondbacks' decision to trade Justin Upton? You can vote on Twitter by using the following hashtags. Hashtag bad decision, hashtag even trade, hashtag good decision, or hashtag wait and see. Get on board Twitter, and we'll have the results for you later in the game. Well, Mark Sweeney down by the dugout. You have anything to weigh in on that?
Yeah, you know, when you look at Justin Upton 2 years ago, almost an MVP candidate, why would you trade him? Well, you're getting a lot in return. I think what they really want to do is try to change the culture in the locker room. And it's nothing against Justin Upton. It's all about what they can bring in, and they brought in pieces that they thought could be leaders in the locker room to try to change that culture.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And when you look at the way, as far as offensively with the bat, you know, when you look at Chris Young, you look at Upton, a lot of strikeouts. And when you look at that trade, the Braves acquired Justin Upton, Chris Johnson, and look what the Diamondbacks get back. So, according to your point, they get a lot in return. Hopefully some of those minor leaguers pay off. So that's the Twitter poll question tonight. Weigh in on Twitter.
You know, guys, just another trade. I mean, talking about the dynamic of the outfield of the Diamondbacks, you know, Adam Eaton who is on the disabled list right now, was one of those guys who was going to fill in, and they made some moves because of the surplus they have in the minor leagues and the outfield as well. There's so many guys behind them, and sometimes they can make those moves because it's a money decision, but they can also get pieces that are going to help them in the future.
Back at home plate, Hundley with Montero to the screen, and he has enough room for the out. One away. Laura, what do you have for us?
Well, I spoke with Kevin Towers earlier, and he told me that one of the other things was a big part of these trades was, hey, he wants to get away from the home run ball. He said he felt like the entire club was based around hitting home runs. If they hit home runs, they won. If they didn't, they lost. So he wanted to get some speed in the top of the lineup. Feels like he did that with Prado.
Oh, Pennington, what a play. And he doesn't get him. An infield hit for pitcher Jason Marquis. Well, the Padres have the tying run on here with one out in the fourth.
Hey, good swing by Jason Marquis. Cliff Pennington, this is not an easy play. That ball's got some serious spin on it. It's a short hop. He's got to glove it, get back up to his feet quickly, and look at the athleticism from Jason Marquis, avoiding that. Oh, he may have gotten him on the foot.
34-year-old legs of Marquis, though, hustling up the line to get that infield hit. Here's Denorfia, walk and an RBI single. Boy, you look back at that third inning. Padres got a single and a double and nothing to show for it. The out at the plate. And then the D-backs come back with 2 walks and a double and get 2 runs. 2-0 to Chris Denorfia. Everett Cabrera on deck. Off the head of the bat, Goldschmidt elects to get the sure out unassisted as the tying run moves into scoring position. Jason Marquis. Time now for the Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed. Coors Light, Cabrera rifling it off Cody Ross. A dive, can't quite get there. And that scored Denorfia from first base and gave the Padres a 2-1 lead. Ross has had a couple of plays out there in right center, unable to get to them. The double by Jed Jerko in the last inning as well. Well, Everett Cabrera had the game winner yesterday in Chicago, and a single and a triple so far tonight. Halfway to a cycle. Got the tough one, the triple. In the dirt, blocked by Montero. Pitcher Marquis, the tying run there at second base. 3 runs, 3 hits for Arizona, scoring 2 times men who walked in the top half of this inning. Padres 2 runs, 7 hits. Two balls and a strike to Everett Cabrera. Now that's something he's done this year that he wasn't doing in the past. Be able to check his swing, not go all the way through.
Buddy Black made reference to that last road trip about Everett, how he has really climbed the ladder. I mean, we know what he can do defensively, but really making great strides at the plate.
Changeup fouled back. Chase Headley would be next. Smothered foul. Well, tomorrow night, 5 o'clock here on Fox Sports San Diego. Clayton Richard against Patrick Corbin. Richard 0-3, Corbin 3-0. Beach towel, first 25,000 of you. And then Sunday at 12:30, Cinco de Mayo. Volquez 2-3 against Ian Kennedy, 1-2. Up the middle. But second baseman Prado shading towards second, able to throw him out. Well, the Padres leave another man in scoring position and trail by 1. With Miguel Montero's second home run of the year. That came in the second inning. Padres countered. Chris Denorfia ties it up with a line drive single, bringing in Jerko a double. Then Cabrera triples by the dive of Cody Ross, and the Padres led 2-1. In the next inning, with a man at first, runner going, Kyle Blanks in to make the catch and throws back to the runner and gets a double play. And then a couple of walks. And veteran Eric Chavez brings in 1 run, and another came in on a ground ball out. 2 walks scored, and so the Padres out hitting Arizona 7-3, but trail 3-2 going to the top of the 5th inning. And top of the order for Arizona, Parra, Prado, and Goldschmidt. Padres with a runner thrown out at the plate as Jerko doubled with Alonso on first base, but Alonso just nailed on a perfect relay to deny another Padre run. So Jason Marquis, wildness has been a factor. 4 walks. Parra Tough little out. Good player. Won a Gold Glove in left field a couple of years ago. Adam Eaton is going to be the center fielder, but injured in spring training.
Yeah, I think that's one of the keys for this Diamondback team. I mean, we saw Eaton last year, Mark Sweeney, and he's a spark plug. He's a gamer, and he plays all out, and that's something that this Diamondback team needs because a lot of the players fit that description.
Yeah, so many times you talk about leadoff hitters in the game, and you don't see too many of them, but they are very excited about Adam Eaton being that leadoff guy. Just like you said, Mark, that spark plug. You need to have that, and he's a talent in center field.
Diamondbacks have some key players on the shelf. Willie Bloomquist, rib muscle. Adam Eaton, he's out with an elbow injury more than just 15 days. He's been out really all season so far. Didi Gregorius, a concussion, a mild concussion, thank goodness. Aaron Hill, the veteran infielder, has a hand injury, and right-hander Daniel Hudson is on the 60-day with Tommy John. Probably out for the year.
Yeah, Didi Gregorius is expected to be activated tomorrow, but the one thing that really sticks out to me on that list, Dick, is the 60-day DL for Daniel Hudson, Tommy John surgery. We know what he can do when he is healthy.
Roll to second. Jerko throws out Parra. First out here in the 5th.
Nice changeup from Jason Marquis, rolling it over. Let's take a look at the cambio out of the hand of Jason Marquis. Good arm action. Is it the split? Yeah, it's the split. Call it a change. Call it a split. Looks like a pump. Feels like a sneaker.
Why doesn't it look like a sneaker and feels like a pump?
That's because that was the commercial back. Gosh, this had to be back in the 70s. It was a woman's shoe that had some type of sole in it or something that made your foot really comfortable, right? And the tagline was, looks like a pump, feels like a sneaker.
Wow. That makes a lot more sense. Martin Prado, that one shoots right through Jed Jerko. We had a similar play earlier in the game when Everett Cabrera hit a ball like that to Prado, the second baseman, and it ate him up. So about fair play. Prado aboard. They give him an infield hit.
Wow. Once again, I think that's a makeable play. I think that's a play Jed Jerko can make, and I'll bet you a dime to donuts if you went down there and asked him. First of all, if you went down and asked him right now, you'd probably get kicked out and spend the night in jail. You don't want to do that. But secondly, he'd probably say, yeah, that's a play I have to make.
So a one-out single to Prado brings up Paul Goldschmidt. Walked, stole a base, and then he flied out into a double play. He wanted that one. Arizona with base traffic every inning. A couple of walks in the first, no damage done. The home run by Montero in the second. A single by Prado in the third. Two walks and a double, scored 2 runs in the fourth, and now an infield hit here in the 5th.
You know, Mark Sweeney, we talked about it in our pregame and our open about first pitch strikes, and wanted to get your perspective, being a hitter, the differences between being ahead 1-0 or behind 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, from the hitter standpoint, I mean, you're just acting like, for especially with a sinker baller, you're looking for that ball elevated, but you know you're going to get a better strike, and it's all about the fastball slider for Jason Marquis. Yes, he has a split and a changeup, but you're looking for that elevated pitch. You're going to get a better one with 1-0.
3-0 to Goldschmidt. And Jason Kubel, cleanup hitter on deck. Four-pitch walk, Goldschmidt. That's 5 walks from Marquis. Moves Prado to second with 1 away and brings up Jason Kubel. He's walked both times.
You know, Darren Balsley's going to have a Little trot out to the mound and chat with Jason Marquis. And we've talked about this many times before about a pitcher struggling throwing that two-seam sinker for a strike or the slider from Jason Marquis. But the mindset here is this. One pitch you can get out of this inning. A little bit of a breather after pitch number 82. And Brad Brock is going to get loose.
This is the 6th appearance of the year for Marquis. He's walked 4 men in a game 3 times. This is the first time he's walked 5. So first and second, and Arizona given a chance to add to their 3-2 lead.
You see the breakdown, not the best as far as balls and strikes ratio. So one more strike on the ground could mean 2. Get out of this little jam.
A mild shift for Kubel. Headley, you can see way off the line at third.
Glove save and a beauty for Nick Hundley.
Alonso deep at first. Jerko a step on the outfield grass at second. Cabrera almost to the grass at short, shaded towards second, and then Headley way off the line at third. A one-hopper, Jerko. There's one. Back to first. A double play.
Hey, there's that one pitch you're looking for.
And turned neatly by Jerko, Cabrera, and Alonso.
And it's time for the results of the AT&T Twitter poll question. The question was, what do you think of the Diamondbacks' decision to trade Justin Upton? 51% of you say bad decision. Milk is a bad choice. Coming in second, good decision, 23%. Hey, let's wait and see, says 17%, and 9% says, you know, it's going to work out evenly for both clubs. Thanks for joining in on Twitter tonight.
Wade Miley, bottom of the 5th, to face Headley, Guzman, and Blanks. Change up, and he lays off at 2-0. Headley is flying to right and grounded sharply to third. And another shot to third, but foul.
You know, sometimes it'll take years to find out what happens with the trade, right?
That's right.
You can't really judge a trade on 1 month, a half a season.
Right now, it looks like a good deal for Atlanta. With all the home runs hit by Upton. 3-1. Upton was the player of the month. That's pretty good. 12 home runs, 19 runs batted in, hitting right at 300. Green light at 3-1, and the count goes full to Chase Headley. I don't know if we kept record of how many games consecutively he has a 3-2 count. He might be the Lou Gehrig of 3-2.
I think you're right.
Or the Cal Ripkins. '80th pitch of the night coming up from the Louisiana left-hander, 26-year-old Wade Miley. Outside, ball 4. Lead-off walk from a man who doesn't walk many. That's his third tonight.
Good eye, but I think Wade Miley did not get that call because Montero, he was set up inside. That ball kind of caught the strike zone, but it was down and away. Montero had to reach across to try to frame that one.
Well, just as the D-backs have had base traffic every inning, so have the Padres. They've left 6 through 4 innings and had a man thrown out at the plate, so lots of chances. Guzman toward the hole. Pennington has trouble getting the ball out of his glove, and that allows Guzman to beat it out. Safe on the fielder's choice. Little clutch by Pennington trying to get the ball cleanly out of the glove, and that denied the double play.
John Baker being the cheerleader down there. That's one of the things that you have to do if you're the backup catcher. You got to cheerlead down there. Get the pom-poms out. And John Baker does a great job of that.
So with one out, Guzman exchanges places with Headley. Kyle Blanks has walked and grounded to short. 90 on the fastball. He doesn't throw much higher than that, does he?
No. He will touch about 92, 93, but he lives around 89, 90, maybe 91. And there you see the range.
Tonight, up to 91.
You'll change speeds on that fastball. That's the beauty of the fastball. Nothing wrong with the BP fastball and the fastball count. Take a little bit off.
A ball, 2 strikes to Blanks.
You know, Mark Sweeney, as I learned as I got older, one of the pitches I really loved, you're going to get burned once in a while, but was the BP fastball. Now, a fastball count, if you saw a BP fastball, it could drive you nuts at times, right?
Yeah, it does drive you nuts. And understanding, too, from the hitter's perspective, you slow your swing down to put it in play, much like the changeup. Sometimes you'll take that, but a BP fastball looks exactly the same, and you slow your swing down, you actually put it in play for an out.
Yeah, you just need to take a little bit off. That's all it takes. And believe me, you'll get burned once in a while. You know, you leave it elevated or a guy's looking for it. Back.
Last of the 5th inning, and the Padres trail by 1.
Just looking at Dave Roberts over at first base.
Fouled into the glove of Montero. Strike 3. Number 4 for Wade Miley.
Well, that was a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Montero set up away. Sneak into the glove of Miley. It's the 4-seam fastball. Gets up on top of it. Hit his spot away for the strikeout.
Yonder Alonso grounded to first and lined to single to right.
You know, I mentioned Dave Roberts over at first base. And one of the things I really miss about baseball, especially in the minor leagues, as a starting pitcher, you coach first base. Great way to stay in the game. Help your base runners. Cheerlead a little bit.
Fouled at the plate. Jed Jerko on deck. He has a pair of doubles tonight. Couldn't get this bat out of the way, and the count goes 1-2.
That's a tough strike. Rather than 2-1, now you're 1-2.
Guzman at first, 2 away, 5th inning. Guzman goes, a low pitch, a throw by Montero, and in safely is Guzman. Element of surprise.
Well, going on the first move from the left-hander. Well, it looked like a very catchable ball for Pennington. He just didn't squeeze it. Ball gets away, and a runner in scoring position now. Key 2-out knock here, scores another run possibly for San Diego.
First stolen base of the season. And the count 2-2 to Yonder Alonso. That ball hit well to right field. That's deep. Way back goes Ross. Alonso will touch them all. And the Padres claim the lead, 4-3. Home run number 4 for Alonso.
Two fastball to Yonder Alonso, and he gets up on top of this one. You talk about the top hand getting on that fastball and sending it to right center field, doing the old number 7 on him. Going to the jack deck, putting it in the trash. That home run was basura.
18 and 19 RBIs on the year for Yonder Alonso. And the Padres back in front, 4-3. Here's Jerko, a pair of doubles, and now a single. Jed Jerko, have yourself a night. 3 for 3. All well struck. That'll bring up Nick Hundley.
Nothing better than after a hitter hits a home run like Alonso, Jed Jerko being aggressive early in the count and getting on base himself. A couple of good swings from the left side, Alonso, and the right side from Jerko. Charles Nagy out to have a chat with Miley.
You know, guys, so many times we talk about the maturation process of a hitter, and if you look at Yonder Alonso, a lot of his home runs in spring training were off breaking balls, especially from the left-handers. Tonight, the fastball, and you can see this swing, getting his foot down in perfect hitting position to throw your hands and get on top of that baseball, like you talked about, Mark, and that is maturing as a hitter. Good for Yonder Alonso.
You know, you make a good point, Mark, because those were soft breaking balls he hit and he pulled in spring training. That's getting on top of a fastball nicely.
Hundley has struck out and fouled out, and he lines one, but foul down the left field side. So Alonso takes over the club lead in home runs with 4 and runs his RBI count up to 19. He's pushing his way up into the National League leaders in runs batted in. One and one to Huntley as Miley now at 94 pitches on the evening. He's given up 4 runs on 9 hits and out of character 3 walks. Another foul. I like the expression that Mark Sweeney used to describe Alonso, a maturing hitter. Talented, we all knew. Maturing into an outstanding hitter here in his 2nd season as a full-time player. That ball's hit well to center field. Parra going back, but there's room out there, deep part of the yard, to collect the final out. But the Padres get a 1-out walk or a leadoff walk from Headley, and then Alonso delivers a jack.
Going into the top of the 6th inning, well, Yonder Alonso just hit his 4th home run of the season and continues to show why he loves playing at home in Petco. He says it's a routine and a comfort factor.
I think it's just the routine, to be honest with you. I think it's just the everyday routine of coming into the park early, getting ready, being in your cage, being in your whirlpool, your locker, just everything about it, and then obviously the game with your fans and your home field, your field. You know the field very well. And, it's just a lot of fun. The lights are better for some reason. You just see the ball better here. So hopefully it can translate into the second month and we can keep it going.
The lights are better. He sees better here, and he really likes that home cooking. Guys, what can you say about the lights? Is that something that really does affect somebody like Yonder Alonso and the rest of the Padres hitters?
Well, Laura, we were just in Chicago, and the difference between hitting at night at Wrigley Field and here is literally night and day.
Absolutely, no question. Good candles here at Petco Park, and the batter's eye in center field gives the hitter a good eye as well. So, hey, he's seeing the ball extremely well here at home.
Now Jason Marquis with the lead, 4-3. Stay out of that base on balls column that has cost him. Joe Thatcher, the lefty, and Brad Brock, the right-hander, getting ready for the Padres here in the 6th inning. Marquis is at the 86 pitch mark, and outside, 2-1. Cody Ross, then Montero and Chavez in the D-back 6th inning. 2-2. Ross has grounded to the second baseman Jerko, and to the shortstop Cabrera, his 2 at-bats. Cabrera, broken bat, 1 hopper, throws him out. Well, let's go to Yonder Alonso playing at home, comparing him with a year ago. The first 12 games last season, had 2 RBIs, hit only 195. Now this year, 9 runs batted in, hitting 364.
Yeah, look at these 3 numbers right here: the batting average, the on-base percentage, the slugging percentage. Blowing the other numbers away from 2012.
It's even better this year because tonight's single and 2-run homer aren't included in those numbers. Here's Montero. His home run was his 2nd of the season. He walked and scored in the 4th. Generous call there. Ground ball right to Alonso. 2 hops and to the bag he goes for the 2nd inning. Eric Chavez struck out and then doubled in a run.
Looks like Jason Marquis has the feel for that slider. That at bat there to Montero. Backdoor breaking ball for a called strike. And then they get another grounder there. So 2 grounders here in the 6th.
Well, Clayton Richard gets the start tomorrow night, looking for his first win of the year. But against Arizona, the Padre left-hander is 6-0 careers. Good sign there. Two and 0 to Chavez. He has 4 home runs this year.
As the game goes on, it looks like that Jason Marquis getting that call off the plate and go right back out there. There's Josh Colementor and Matt Reynolds heating up in the snake pit out there, the bullpen for the Diamondbacks.
Lifted foul down the left field side, way back.
Got a Chippewa up there in that Diamondback bullpen.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Josh Colementor, with his unusual style. Native of Homer, Michigan. Should have been a cleanup hitter.
Used to throw hatchets.
Foul back.
Had trees when he was a kid. That's why he has that arm action of his.
He went to that Harvard of the Upper Midwest, Central Michigan University. On Teachers Night, boy, so many professors giving me a chance to have a good life. I had to hitchhike to college, borrow a sport coat to get my senior picture taken.
Really? That's awesome.
But they gave me a $100 scholarship. I couldn't refuse. High fly ball. He just missed that one. Blank's waiting for it to come down. Wow, what's that up there? 1, 2, 3 for the first time tonight. Marquis retires the side in order.
The Angels. Fox Saturday Baseball returns tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox. Get your baseball fix on Fox.
I'm telling you, you got to copyright that. Make T-shirts out of it. Matt Reynolds comes in to work the 6th inning for the D-backs. So Wade Miley went only 5 innings, 4 runs, 9 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and here's Reynolds' report card this year. Only a 130 batting average against. Alexi Amarista is going to hit for Jason Marquis, so that goes with the left-handed hitter against the southpaw slants of Reynolds.
Reynolds a fastball, a split, and a slider. Not overpowering. Fastball about 86 to 91. Remember, the only right-handed hitter on the bench tonight for Bud Black is Carlos Quentin. Too early to waste that bullet. That's even a bullet Barney Fife wouldn't waste this early.
He loaded up the lineup with right-handed batters because of the left-handed starter, Miley.
There's Carlos. Maybe an at-bat later in the game.
Wild Wave, 1-2. The big concern, of course, for Arizona fans is the bullpen and closing out games. This is too early to talking about saves, but 10 blown saves this year. That's extraordinary this young in the season. lifted to left center. And Para makes the play. And tonight's Cold Hard Fact is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. The Diamondbacks do lead the major leagues in blown saves with 10. J.J. Putz with 4. David Hernandez has 3. And that's well ahead of the Cubs, Orioles, and Cardinals. Not a good statistic.
No, so up in the air kind of when it comes to a save situation. Kirk Gibson possibly looking at matchups.
Leadoff hitter Denorfia, walk, an RBI single, and a ground out. Half swing. 2 strikes on Denorfia. (4-3). The Padres lead it here in the home half of the 6th inning. And a protective swing fouls that one off. In the dirt. Reynolds is just 26. He's from your part of the country, Mark Grant, St. Charles, Illinois.
Yeah, not far from, it's a, I would say, suburb outside of the Chicagoland area.
20th round pick by the Rockies and then traded to the D-backs. Swung on and missed. Tied up. Denorfia, 2 away. Everett Cabrera having a good night, a single and an RBI triple. Grounded to second. Well, we want to give a tip of the cap to Mike Tressel. Now here's an English teacher. This is teacher's night. English teacher in high school, one of the outstanding. Just missed one of the Teacher of the Year awards in English, and yet he works in statistics.
There's the angry statistician, Mike Tressel.
I mean, that shows you how versatile he is. He's an English teacher, but he's, moonlighting here working in math.
You also teach math, right? Right, Mike? You're the man. I don't know where we'd be without you.
Can't get rid of him. Line drive, right field. Carries to Ross. Padres go in order for the first time. We've completed 6 at Petco.
On the post-game show, when we see you then, you're going to see that home run, Yonder Alonso.
Isn't it great to see Yonder Alonso left on left taking this challenge? But this is a fastball. He has not gone deep on a fastball left on left. since spring training, and I think the swing is coming. I love the emotion around first base.
When we see in a post-game show, you're going to see just how much he loves playing at Petco. Folks, we've got the stats and the interview to prove it. You're also going to hear from Buddy Black and a whole lot of players. The post-game reaction. We'll see you for all that and more coming up after the final out, gentlemen.
All right, Mike and Mark, M&M, how sweet it is. That post-game show.
So telling that.
Dale Thayer in to work to Clint Pennington. Then looks to be Eric Kinski, a pinch hitter for Reynolds on deck. And then the top of the order, Parra. So 3 straight left-handed batters apparently ready for the offerings of Thayer. Foul back 1-1.
Well, he is tough to hit off of. One of the top relievers in the National League. Only 122. Tom Gorzolani with the Brewers, the leader in that category, 103. Love this guy out of the bullpen.
12 2/3, only 5 hits. Just off the plate, 92 on the fastball. He can get it up there around 95.
No messing around. He's just pounding that strike zone with the 2-seam fastball and that slider.
Lifted foul. So Jason Marquis struggled at times with his control. Worked through 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, only 4 hits, but 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Stands to win it with the Padres leading 4-3. High fly ball. Back of second. Cabrera calls. 1 away.
Hey, MLB.com at bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry. That's the BlackBerry 10. At Bat delivers Padres baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and much, much more. Text At Bat to 31826 or visit Padres.com for details. I've got it. It is awesome. That gentleman right there is checking the White Sox score.
Eric Kinski, the pinch hitter, a career pinch hitter, in fact, hitting .218 off the bench with 8 pinch hit home runs. His first year in an Arizona uniform. Came over from Atlanta. He hit that one well to left field. Guzman has room. 2 away. Kinski looking out there as if to say, how did that not go farther?
Got to hit it on the sweet spot, huh? Dale Thayer's got a little bit of movement now on that heater of his. Tough to square it up.
Gerardo Parra has struck out and grounded out twice tonight. Padres going for their 5th consecutive win at home. They defeated Milwaukee the last game of the 3-game series, then swept the Giants before leaving for Chicago.
Yeah, got to try to claw back to 500. 5-7 going into this game against the Diamondbacks at home for the Padres.
And pitcher catcher not in sync, so Henley goes out to talk to Thayer.
Dale Thayer going with a low crop on the haircut, but going straight jungle with the beard.
Yeah, the top part's been harvested.
Yeah.
But who knows what we're going to get when we reap the beard.
That's
right
clean.
at the knees.
That's the one thing that I really like about Dale Thayer is just his aggressiveness, but enabling him to paint the outside corner to lefties and righties alike.
Off speed, 2-1. Curveball. Martin Prado on deck. 2 outs here in the 7th.
You can see by our Fox tracks brought to you by Southland Technology, trying to keep the ball away.
Ground ball, Alonso. He takes it to the bag. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Dale Thayer. Stretch half of the 7th in San Diego. where the healthy pets go.
Hey, Dick, I got a reminder for you.
Yeah.
I just want to remind you that this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres.
Read it.
May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
It's very important to know.
It is. Thank you for your time. Carry on with your day, Mr. Greenberg.
It's a beautiful night.
Yes, it is.
Josh Colementor, the third pitcher for Arizona. Indeed, from Homer, Michigan. Has the all-time win record at Central Michigan. And he's got a very unusual delivery straight over the top. Used to see that quite a bit, 30, 40 years ago. But he's one of the few that can right off his right ear here. Tough to pick up.
There was a fastball, changeup, and a curveball. 85-90, not overpowering, but deceiving with that arm action.
Chase Headley leads it off, hitting left-handed for the first time tonight. And the count goes 1-2 on Chase. He's flying to right. Ground ball to third, hard hit but thrown out, and walked the last time. That walk became a run, even though he was forced by Guzman when Alonso hit the 2-run home. Overhand curveball, and that's it for Headley.
This curveball is straight off the table. 12-6, nose to toes. And talking to Bob Brentley, the color analyst for the Diamondbacks before the game, he said Josh Colementor, when he was a kid, he used to throw hatchets at trees. And that's how he got that arm angle from being. There's BB, Bob Brentley, now in Arizona.
Guzman hits that one to deep center field. Parra going back, and that falls up against the wall. Guzman with a 1-out double. Padres' 10th hit of the night, the first for Guzman.
He stayed on that pitch nicely. A fastball right down the middle of the plate, taking that ball the opposite way. Long run for Gerardo Parra. And it's time for the Padres to add on.
Big insurance run out there here in the 7th inning, and Kyle Blanks, Yonder Alonso will have a chance to bring him home. Blanks has walked, grounded out, and struck out. Guzman dancing off second. Ground ball up the middle. It's through to center field. Here comes Guzman around third. Here's Parra's throw to the plate. It's close. He's in there. The ball skips away. On to second goes Blanks. Padres lead 4-2. Blanks with his 5th run batted in, and gives the Padres that insurance run.
He fights off a fastball. Now Guzman at second base. When he was going to third base, he kind of turned around a little bit to look where the ball is. You got to pick up your third base coach. Slides in there safely.
That Parra has a terrific arm, and that ball was on target. It just wasn't handled cleanly by Montero on a tough bounce. And Blanks winds up at second base. Single RBI and an error charged to Parra.
Short hop, can't come up with it. Ooh, it looks like he got spiked.
Oh, Montero stepped right on his left hand. Alonso a single and a home run. Ooh, that's a bouncer as well. 1-1. Important add-on as Guzman with a double. Blanks brings him home with a single. Phil Plantier talking with Guzman, who seems a little unhappy about something. Maybe the fact that he was stepped on didn't improve his spirits. Still only 1 out. Alonso with Blanks at second. Ground ball pulled to Goldschmidt. Second out. Over to third. Blanks. 90 feet away from making it a 6-3 game, and Jerko is a 3-for-3 night cooking. 2 doubles and a single. Jerko's leading all major league rookies in hits.
Keep it up. Stay hot.
His 3 tonight, giving him 27 for the year. Strike one. Little off the plate, but Gamero raises the right arm.
It's a good line so far. Time to add on to that line, Jed.
Strike two. Same spot. Jerko's not sure either of those caught the strike zone. Both are off the plate, and he's down 2 strikes.
Hey, Southland says ball, huh?
That one in the dirt, blocked by Montero. Blanks is ready to come home.
That's the changeup that the catcher Montero has to anticipate, and that's why it's so important. The secondary lead for that runner, Kyle Blanks. You can always scurry back to that bag, get a good secondary lead down that third base line.
That ball hit well to right field. Back goes Ross, and it's caught by Ross just shy of the warning pad. Wow, Jed Jerko's hit the ball, crushed it 4 times. They finally get him out. But Kyle Blanks finds the gap up the middle. Guzman scores, and the Padres lead by 2. The tying run, getting Jerko in from second with a double, and then Cabrera's triple made it 2-1 Padres. In the 4th inning, however, Derek Chavez with an RBI double, then later scored on a ground out, and it was a 3-2 game until Alonso drove that one into the jack deck, his 4th home run of the year, with a man aboard. And the Padres led 4-3 and have added a run here in the 7th inning on a double by Guzman and Blank single. In to pitch in the 8th inning, Luke Gregerson. He worked yesterday in Chicago. He pitched the 8th, and Houston Street picked up his 6th save in the 9th. Luke and Street had not pitched for that Chicago series, so they both able to come in and work tonight. Will Venable comes into center field. Kyle Blanks is now in left field, and D'Onofrio in right field.
The diversity, huh, of those outfielders. You can put him here, you can put him there, you can plug him in nicely. Kyle Blanks left.
So Venable will hit in Jesus Guzman's spot. Well, they did the double switch, and it'll be Venable's going to hit 9th, so he'll come up in the bottom of this inning. Picture in Guzman's spot, Gregerson, 0-1. There's the slider. Martin Prado, he's seen it before. 2 for 3 tonight for Prado. He has half of the Arizona total. 4 hits. Chases another. Quick strikeout of Prado.
Luke Gregerson has the slider working. Uno dos. Adios.
There's another one you should copyright.
Yeah, I'll get on it.
Paul Goldschmidt. A couple of walks and then flied out into a double play. If you weren't with us, Prado was on first base and was running on the pitch. Goldschmidt hit it to right field. Blanks made the catch and fired back to first in time to double up Prado. Strike one. Here it is. Prado takes off. Fly ball to right. They deked Prado, and he got a late start coming back, and Blanks with a tag by Alonso. Alonso apologetic because he had hit Prado up in the head. Jerko nearly with an acrobatic catch of that line drive off the bat of Goldschmidt. Boy, he came close to making the defensive play of the game.
Oh, great effort by Jed. How close was it? Just out of reach.
That brings a tying run to the plate. Jason Kubel. Kubel against Marquis, walked twice and grounded into a double play. He feasted on Padre pitching a year ago. There's a strike. Bends that breaking ball over the inside corner. Five runs, 11 hits for the Padres tonight. 3 runs, 5 hits for the D-backs.
Going with the 2-seam fastball to quickly work ahead 0-2.
That was quite a scene yesterday, wasn't it? At Wrigley Field, a couple hundred of family and friends there in the Chicago area, there to cheer on Luke.
That was great.
They all had their jerseys with the 57 on the back. They had a good time. They came and saw just what they wanted. A nice inning by Gregerson, the reliever, and a Padre come from behind 4-2 win. Waste that one low and in. D-backs coming here from home, where San Francisco swept them a 3-game series. And the Giants going to Arizona, what they're going to everyone. They just score late. I mean, they just have so many 8th and 9th inning rallies to win. They start tonight 1 game behind Colorado in the West. The Giants do, and Arizona's only 2 back of Colorado.
Nice block.
And the count 2-2 now to Kubel. Giants are hosting the Dodgers tonight, and they're tied at 1 in the 7th.
I got a chance to meet Mr. Gregerson, Luke's father, in Chicago. He said, "I just love it when you call him Cool Hand Luke." I said, "Well, thanks." So I'm sure Mr. Gregerson is watching tonight. We love Cool Hand Luke as well. And Nick Hundley directed some traffic behind home plate.
Swung on and missed. Couple of strikeouts for Cool Hand Luke.
He went with the slider again. Back door. Not a good swing from Kubel.
Cody Ross is the hitter. Grounded out 3 times.
see baseball game or ice cream in a
Yeah, that's that ice cream in the helmet.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I think that's Alexi Amarise's helmet.
Popped up. Might be a play. Alonso has room and makes the catch. And that's it for the D-backs in the 8th inning. Alonso's arms just long enough to get into that first row. And making the catch. He's our Carl's Jr. star of the game. They weren't laughing at this in either dugout. They were cheering in the first base side as Yonder Alonso drills his 4th home run of the season with a man on to give the Padres a 4-3 lead. Now you go back to the catch. He's a half-foot shy of the barrier, and then this is what they were kidding him about. Not a gymnast. Baker and Edinson Volk is in slow motion. Look. Oh my. Nick Hundley leads off the 8th inning against Cole Mentor and takes a strike. He's 0 for 3 tonight, a strikeout, a foul out, and a fly ball to center field. Still owns the Padres' best batting average at .314 and down on the count 0-2.
I remember talking with Yonder in an interview. Remember, he said that he took some ballet, work on some flexibility and some footwork.
Well, yeah, he just thought he was closer to that barrier than he was. Foul back.
Montero wanted that last pitch up a little bit higher. He was up and out of the crouch.
Nice turnout on Friday night with all the teachers here. Oktoberfest, the beer fest in the Garden. 31,223 to see the Padres and Diamondbacks. And we hope you've made your plans for tomorrow night. There's room for you. 5 o'clock here on Fox Sports San Diego as Houston Street tunes up. Clayton Richard against Patrick Corbin. Young Corbin, left-hander with a 3-0 record and a 1.91 ERA. And the beach towels will be yours for the first 25,000 of you as Hundley goes down swinging. That's the second strikeout for Cole Mentor. Brings up Will Venable.
Got him with the changeup. Cole Mentor did. Same arm slot, all of his pitches. Not only the deception, but the grip on that changeup, fooling Nick Hundley.
Venable 0 for the last 18 has seen his average dip down under 200. Chris Denorfia on deck. Maybe the home environs will bring out some base hits for Will. Up the middle. And that'll do the job. Not hit hard, but it finds its way to the center fielder. Your favorite play, Mark Grant.
Love the ground ball to the center fielder, especially for Will Venable. Hey, Kids Gear for Baseball invites fans to bring their used gear, especially baseballs and gloves, to its annual collection drive this Sunday at Petco Park from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Collection gives families a way to donate unused or outgrown equipment, gathering dust in your garage. It's going to benefit kids who are in really need of gear. So each donation will receive a ticket to enter a raffle with the opportunity to win San Diego Padres tickets, promotional items, and also autographed items. Collection bins will be located at all the main entry gates and staffed by Kids Gear volunteers. The Kids Gear for Baseball collection drive this Sunday at Petco from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Help those kids out who need the gear.
And we'll celebrate Cinco de Mayo here at Petco Park. Military spouses on Military Day and Little League Day, with 6,000 expected to be here. Kirk Gibson making the slow walk to the mound with a 1-out single off the bat of Venable. Chris Denorfia, right-handed batter, due next. And it appears manager Gibson has the hook, although he's not taken the ball yet from Comenter. Plate umpire DeMuro says you're going to make a move here.
So should I go with the righty or the lefty? Okay, I'll go with the righty.
And Brad Ziegler, sidearm submarine style, comes in from the bullpen. 1 out here in the 8th, and the Padres leading Arizona 5-3.
Spouse Appreciation Day. Enjoy a special pregame ceremony before the Padres take the field against these same Diamondbacks. First pitch is going to be 1:10. Get your tickets tonight or tomorrow at Padres.com or get on the horn. Dial 619-795-5555.
Well, Brad Ziegler's middle name is Grounder. He throws a lot of them. There's his numbers, 18 appearances already this year.
And Kirk Gibson trying to stop it right here with 1 out. Ziegler, a fastball, slider, and a change. And Dick, you mentioned it a little earlier, that arm slot of his from down under. That sinker, trying to have that hitter beat the ball into the ground and work for a grounder.
He's only induced 6 fly ball outs, but 38 ground outs this year. Denorfia, a walk and an RBI single, and taps that one in front of the plate, and it's ruled foul by DeMuro.
I like what Montero did, though. See what he did? Pounced on it, threw it to second base. Hey, carry on with the play. The umpire can say, hey, foul ball. Stop action. I like that.
last year. Tossed up a ton of ground ball double plays, 21 of them. And that's coming in a situation like this, where late in the game, perhaps the D-backs in trouble and getting 2 outs with 1 pitch. The 21 was the most by a reliever since the Orioles' Doug Sisk, 1988.
I remember him, former New York Met, Atlanta Brave, right-hander. Good sinker.
Venable, potential base stealer. Runner goes, swung on a miss by DeNorfia, and Venable is in there. Got that left hand on the bag just in time. The Padres have a chance to add a run here in a 5-3 game, bottom of the 8th inning.
When you take a look at this pitch, it's down. And look at DeNorfia. He's protecting, right? He lowers himself to get out of the way of Montero, and that is very close. Let's check it out. Oh, he's out. He got him. Padres catch a break.
4th stolen base then for Venable. 2 strikes now on DeNorfia. Slaps that one foul. Ziegler lucky to be on the mound tonight at age 32.
There's the tag right there. Yep.
Well, that's bang bang with a hand in the glove. Maybe a pebble of dirt in between out or safe. Another foul. Back in 2004, Ziegler was pitching in the California League playoffs with Modesto and was hit in the head with a line drive.
Yeah, never hearing about that.
And a very serious skull fracture. Able to come back the next year, however.
He's going to get used a lot. There you see most of the National League up to this point. 18, this being his 19th game.
Ground ball through the hole. Venable had to hold. Now he turns at third, and the throw goes to second base. DeNorfia back to first. DeNorfia with the Padres' 13th hit of the night. First and third with 1 away.
Well, you know you're going to get a lot of ground balls. You talked about that, Dick. That was a slider, but this ground ball, fortunately for Chris DeNorfia, finds the hole.
Venable had to hold up, and then he staggered by the bag as Glenn Hoffman threw up the sign.
Oh, that's
almost turned an ankle there.
Yeah.
So first and third with 1 out. Padres with a 5-3 lead. Chance for more. Everett Cabrera. Single and a triple that knocked in a run. Rounded out and then lined sharply to right field as last at bat. Everyone in the lineup tonight but Chase Headley and Nick Hundley with a base hit. Well, that was the safety squeeze, but Cabrera couldn't get it down. And that's a good call with a sinker ball pitcher.
Yep.
And a good bunter, but unable to execute. But Black may put it on again.
Well, there it is. He squares. Look at Will Venable with the secondary lead. A suicide squeeze would be he would be off and running as soon as that pitcher lifts his leg. He's waiting to see that ball get bunted out in front of home plate, then taking off.
Meanwhile, you have DeNorfia, a good base runner at first as well. You might move him. Trying it again, and that works. Perfect safety squeeze right out of the textbook. 6-3 Padres. Cabrera with his second RBI tonight.
Perfectly placed. Can't place it any better. Oh, you gotta love it. As soon as that ball was on the ground, Will Venable scores easily.
And the bonus of it all, not only a run, but DeNorfia moves into scoring position. Chase Headley, a walk, 0 for 3 tonight.
Well, Mr. Enberg, I don't mean to disappoint you anymore tonight, but remember, I took Jason Marquis.
Right.
Yep.
So you get Will Venable.
Believe that.
You get a single, a stolen base, and a run.
There's
3
more,
runs.
There's more where that came from.
You're buying tonight. So with a 3-run lead, Street would come in. Should the Padres get another, it would be Brad Brock. Just missed. 2-0. Pitcher spot due next, and Carlos Quentin is in the on-deck circle.
Don't you just love the back control of Everett Cabrera on that play, that bunt?
Yeah, that just so. I mean, that's the little things mean a lot in this game.
That's a big league bunt right there.
3-0 now to Headley. There they are, the combination of Venable at third and squeeze by Cabrera. Ooh, they give Chase Headley a chance to swing 3-0. With all the talk about a new long-term richest ever contract, as much as he doesn't want to be distracted, he has to have been the last couple of days. Doesn't want to talk about it. Another swing and a miss. 3-2. His 7-game hitting streak endangered here as the count again is 3-2. Nick Hundley the other with a 7-game streak, and they're the 2 Padres without a hit tonight. DeNorfie at second, and the 3-2 delivery from Ziegler. Line to left center. There's his hit, and it's up the alley. DeNorfie scores. Headley to second. Padres extend their lead to 7-3.
This kind of purdy right here. Fastball that was up. The other 2 that he swung at, 3-0, 3-1, were down. And he carves this ball nicely into the left center field gap, adding on. Padres having a little fun tonight, game 1 of the series. Now 7-3.
Football numbers up there.
Yep.
7 runs and 14 hits. And here's Carlos Quentin hitting in the 4th spot. He was scratched, was initially in the lineup hitting 4th. And then Guzman inserted. Guzman struck out twice, then safe on the fielder's choice, stole a base and scored, and then doubled and scored. Two 2-0. Padres trying to make it 5 in a row at home and give the Diamondbacks their 4th consecutive loss. Now the pitching situation, Darren Balsley outside, 3-0. Is a decision being made now? Do you use Houston Street with the score 7-3? Probably not. Save him for a closer game. A strike at the knees, 3-1.
Joe Thatcher now joins Brad Brock.
Fouled at the plate. There's that heavy sinker. Yonder Alonso's a couple of hitters away. Should Quentin be successful, Kyle Blanks is on deck.
Be sure to stay tuned after this one. Padres Live.
Strike 3 call. Quentin caught looking But the Padres add 2 on 3 hits and go to the 9th inning with a 7-3 lead. The Padres with 3 innings where they scored a pair of runs. Got 2 in the bottom of the second to take a 2-1 lead, and after the D-backs scored 2 top of the 4th to lead 3-2. A 2-run homer by Alonso made it 4-3 in the 5th. They added a run in the 7th and 2 more here in the 8th inning. And Brad Brock comes in to pitch.
Well, very important for Brad Brock to have a quick 9th inning right here. You do not want to pitch yourself into a situation to where you have to get Houston Street back up and have him go out there. Be nice for him to have the night off. So we've got some breathing room. 4-run lead here for Brad Brock.
Montero, Chavez, and Pennington, 3 left-handed batters scheduled. Montero with a home run in the 2nd inning, his 2nd of the season. He walked and scored in the 4th, grounded out to 1st, his last time up. So Marquis goes 6. He's the pitcher of record. 3 runs on 4 hits, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Thayer, a perfect inning in relief. Gregerson gave up a hit but struck out 2 to work the 8th. And now Brock. Line to left field. Blanks plays it on a hop, kicks it forward, so Montero has to hold at first base. Solid single for Montero. So pending results, LA and San Francisco tied at 1. No word from Colorado. Colorado has lost. So currently San Francisco, should they win, would move into a tie for first. Arizona is just a game and a half out. The Dodgers under 500. And the Padres are only 5.5 back. If they win, only 5 games behind the Rockies. When you think about it, the Rockies 6-0 against the Padres. That's the difference.
Yep.
Pennington has an RBI on a ground out. He's 0 for 3. Not what Bud Black had in mind, a leadoff single and then to fall behind Pennington 3-0. So Houston Street's back up throwing again. Chavez rather, and he walks on 4 pitches. And that brings up Pennington. And Bud Black wasting no time going out and taking Brad Brock out of the game.
Yeah, now that the tying run is on deck, it becomes a safe situation for Houston Street.
So Brock with a single and a walk, he leaves, and Houston Street will have a chance to pick up his 7th save of the year when we return to Petco. Last of the 8th inning. Gives them a little padding here, but 2 men on, no one out in the top of the 9th for Arizona. Houston Street to work, and tomorrow night we'll see young left-handed Patrick Corbin. He's only 23 years of age. Rookie last year was 6-8, and he's 3-0 against the Padres lefty Clayton Richard. Hungry for that first win of the season. 5 o'clock here on Fox Sports San Diego. And for those of you coming out to cheer on the Padres, you'll receive those handsome beach towels. 25,000, first 25,000 of you here. A couple of left-handers, a couple of Hoosiers there. Eric Stoltz and Clayton Richard. Stoltz a good outing, 6 shutout innings yesterday in Chicago. Gave up the two-run home run to Scott Hairston, but his magic continues when he starts a game. The Padres tend to win. They're 14-6 whenever Stoltz starts. We'll next see him probably on Tuesday night against Miami. Now, the job at hand, Houston Street.
A lot of work to do with nobody out. Runners at first and second. So the numbers for Houston Street. Pennington has grounded into 2 double plays this year. It's all about the control of Houston Street. Fastball, cutter, breaking ball, changeup.
First pitch strike.
Last 3 outings for Houston. 2 hits, 3 innings, no earned runs. A punch out in each of those 3 outings.
Pennington 0 for 3 with the ground ball RBI. Strike 2. Painting maybe a little off the plate according to Fox Track. 2 strikes. A.J. Pollock has a bat. He's in the on-deck circle. Up and in. That's just to change the eye level of the hitter. He wants it low on the corner. That's where he makes his money. Montero at second. Chavez at first. Out of play.
Well, according to my book, Dick, 2 double plays turned this evening, right, for San Diego. Number 3 would be nice here.
One on the fly ball double play. Blanks back to first base to double up Prado. And then Kubel hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the 5th.
Infield playing to pull, outfield playing to go the other way in the air.
That's hit well to center field. Retreating is DeNorfia. No, that's Venable now in center field. The runners both tag. One away. So Venable able to retreat, and the heavy night air may have helped that one to stay in the ballpark. Pennington got a lot of it. So 1 out, and here's A.J. Pollock. Runners at second and third. Those 2 guys can't beat you. Pollock hitting .264, has 3 home runs. He's 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter.
So Houston Street now goes from the windup, which he feels more comfortable. Those runners at second and third.
Pollock came up for a cup of coffee late last year in September. Hit .247, a couple of home runs. University of Notre Dame. Mark Sweeney's favorite university. One and one. High pop up on the infield, center of the diamond. Headley calling. That's a tough place of going up the slope. Maintaining your concentration, and there's 2 away. To the top of the order, and Gerardo Parra, who is 0 for 4, strikeout and 3 groundouts.
That's Houston Street's ball the whole way.
And why is that?
No, you know what? Honestly, some pitchers just don't feel comfortable doing that. So the infielder Chase Headley taking charge. Nicely done. Second big out here in the 9th. That was a home run in the phone booth.
Street now aims at the final out of this game with the Padres leading 7-3. 2 men in scoring position for Arizona. The man you don't want to see is on deck. High fly ball hit well to center, and again Venable retreating. Way back, leaps up, and it goes over the fence. It's a 3-run homer for Parra. Oh my, suddenly 7-6 the score. Parra's second home run of the year.
Wanted the fastball down and away, and it leaks middle in. First pitch of the at-bat. In that situation, that's exactly what Parra's looking for. A fastball that he can drive. And Houston Street will be the first one to tell you, I have to be sharp with my location. I wanted that one down and away. It leaked middle in. It was elevated. And Parra hit it well.
Those two of those runs go on Brad Brock's card. The other to Houston Street, and now this crowd of 31,223 a bit nervous. Martin Prado is 2 for 4, 2 singles and 2 strikeouts. And he's up there hacking hard. Paul Goldschmidt, the top home run hitters, on deck.
See where the glove of Nick Hundley is? And then see where he has to reach?
Right
on contact. That's middle in. Maybe even right down the middle of the plate. He wanted it down below the knees on that outside corner.
Absolutely grooved. Strike. Diamondbacks have cut the 7-3 lead to 7-6, but they're down to their final strike. It's the fourth home run given up by Houston Street. This is the man he wants. Dangerous Paul Goldschmidt on deck. Center field. Venable has a beat on it. Padres win 7-6. A scare put into the lead by the three-run homer by Parra, but the Padres prevail. 5 consecutive home wins. Padres Live brought to you by Cox. Right around the corner. Mike, what's in store?
Dick, we got a great show for you. Follow to win. They're always a lot of fun. You'll get some post